special. Resale and I never paid retail. My shoebox money afforded me the spree wells. And that then courted me a V12. Avoid the phones if it's sounding like a seashell. Too much clicking in the connection. Connect the dots with my connect for my protection. Face to face, I place my like a drive-through. Feel it, you know how I do. Push.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on...
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And he gets this one to Bruce Ellington. 19 yards right off the bat and a quick first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I mean, you're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Back to throw here. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jaron Reed with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good scheme going.
He gets it to Baldwin, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Hearns, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now back to throw. He finds Ross. Right side, it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try to run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Leopard! No, check! Patriot! Everyone's got 4 down. Gun!
A first down carry by Elliott. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Leopard!
On second down, Elliott. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll drop the throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. It's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It's a quarterback sneak. And able to follow his center and pick up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side. Able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a first down.
On the counter, Elliott. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bailey got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Wilson, rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. 2 yards is on.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now Brown. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and that'll make it 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Frank Clark coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Wilson, and he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 15 here following the delay of game. After the penalty, it's Penny. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. With it is Brown. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 16.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky pass.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Wide open receiver complete. 11 more on that one and another first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Going for the deep ball. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to loft one. Deep left. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Tim carry now for Elliott. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second down, here's Wilson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Caught. It's Ellington. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw here. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go to Elliott again. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. The give is to Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. There for the tackle, Jacob Martin.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's third down. He may try and run for this. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Will Tye, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are in for 6.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Here's Wilson. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind them. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On third down, Elliott. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. This is Brown on the carry. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And oh, he coughed it up. And the Seahawks have recovered. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A handoff to Penny. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Julius Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch. Tomorrow.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught at the end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Corey Coleman in the final minute, and the Cowboys have broken the tie.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth-quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now. He's back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Had a nice broken tackle and then brought down right around the 20. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run. This is Brown. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. On 3rd down, it's Brown, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Leopard! Single, slot. Gun!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jared Jarran Reed in there to drop it for his second sack now here tonight. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them